Hey everybody. Um, Phantom limb pain is very intriguing to me. When I was a kid, my friend or her grandmother that lived a couple of houses down had to have her leg removed due to complications from diabetes. So they first took the leg from the knee down, and when that didn't work, they progressively kept cutting more off until basically she was amputated all the way up to her hip. Part of the pelvic bone was taken as well. And for as long as I knew her, she would talk about how she was, her foot was cold, or she'd have the pins and needles feeling like her foot had fallen asleep. When the weather was changing, she would swear up and down that she could feel it in her joints. And then other times she just was in a ton of pain. Now as a kid, she's talking about all these things. I'm thinking she's just teasing, or that she's gone senile or something. And it wasn't until years later when I think I was in high school, and I read an article about a amputee that was a veteran, and he was having the same issues, and that was the first time I had heard about phantom limb pain. I just couldn't understand how a person could feel something in an appendage that wasn't still there. Kind of blew my mind, but our textbook kind of summed it up really well. It basically said that a person feels pain because the brain expects the limb to still be there. It remembers that there were sensory signals coming from there, and when they disappear, the brain kind of reorganizes itself to try to make up for the deficit. In an article in Lancet Neurology from 2002, Dr. Herta Floor states that phantom limb pain is commonly classified as neuropathic, and it is assumed to be related to damage of central or peripheral neurons. Although such pain is most common after the amputation of an arm or leg, it can also occur after the surgical removal of other body parts such as the breast, rectum, penis, testicles, eyes, tongue, or teeth. In my case, it was my gallbladder. After I had it removed for a long time after that, I still had the cramping like I had in my stomach when I still had my gallbladder. So eventually mine kind of faded off, so I don't think it was true phantom pain. It was just more of my brain trying to relate that, hey, it's not there anymore. She also goes on to explain that supraspinal changes related to phantom limb pain involve the brainstem, the thalamus, and the cortex. Melzack suggested that there is a neuromatrix, or a network of neurons in several brain areas, including the thalamus and somatosensory cortex, the reticular formation, the limbic system, and the posterior I can't read tonight. The posterior parietal cortex, that are the anatomical substrate of the self. The output from this system forms a neurosignature, which is specific for an individual and provides information about the body and its sensations. This neuromatrix is thought to be genetically determined, but also modified by experience. An amputation would create abnormal input into the neuromatrix owing to a lack of normal sensory activity or overactivity related to the abnormal firing pattern of damaged nerves. Really, I find it upsetting that so many studies have been done on this, but there is very, very little that has been found to help these people. There really haven't been many advances made. I think it said there was maybe 7% of people get relief from the treatments that they have tried. Um, a new study that I stumbled across while doing this assignment. Sorry, I've got cat hair on me. They are actually studying using virtual reality. They put the module on the person with sensors and like a sensor glove on the appendage that's still there, and the virtual reality module is putting images into the person's brain, trying to make it believe that the appendage is still there and functioning properly, that it is not in pain. Basically, it's trying to undo the reorganization that the brain has done that is causing these phantom pains. It's supposed to normalize the receptors in the brain by making them think, everything's okay, everything's in working order. I don't know. It's still in its infancy, but so far the results have been pretty hopeful. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is it possible to trick the brain into believing that nothing's wrong, or that it can, everything's good, you can stop sending the pain signals or whatever? Let me know what you think. I've kind of found this interesting. So thanks for all your input, and we'll see you soon.